Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
You guys can hear me properly?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, as we discussed today, let's start on the very quick and not I don't want to be a perfect one, like at least you should have a knowledge on something. Okay, let me tell you one thing, like if while you were going back through all the things that we discussed, any doubts you guys still have? Anything that is still in confused? Okay, if that's not the case, then we can start away. So since we discussed on taking on like data dictionary and mostly on basics of AC38 programming,
Yes.
first let me ask you, so what is a table?
Even
For every question, I would like both of you to answer one by one.
DDIC table. It is customized table in the we can
Mhm.
alter and modify the table.
Okay, before we start on that, let me ask you a very basic question. What is SAP, Ashish?
SAP is a ERP enterprise
Okay.
software.
Go ahead. Like functionality of SAP and why do we need it and how it is used. That's it. Business level.
Means, it is used to plan anything, maintaining data
Okay.
and often of a client. That's what SAP is.
Maintaining data of a client.
Yeah.
Okay. So service, go ahead. Can you?
SAP is the ERP software only, basically that, and
Okay, basically, as we discussed in the initial classes, like SAP is an ERP. Now, what does that mean? Enterprise.
resource planning.
Yes. So when we say it is an ERP, it is used for business, running your business, right?
Yes.
It's not only saving some data of the client, it's not. It runs complete business of yours, from raw materials to the production sale.
Yes.
Okay, that's what SAP is. It's just used to run your business, any kind of business, whatever businesses we see today, apart from all of the business can be accommodated in the SAP. These days, in fact, not in India, but if you see in the other countries, like European countries, even the traffic lights run on SAPs, local traffic lights.
Yeah.
It is that wide. You cannot even, you can't just imagine like business as in I'm just selling some product. It's not like that, not like that. The applications remains everywhere. So even employee management data, we have ELS, ESS tools and everything. That is all can be done through SAP. You will have no timesheets, nothing. For now, since you both currently work, maybe you might fill your timesheets and everything. Even that can be accommodated in the SAP. Every single thing of the business or any purpose of the environment can be done in the SAP. That's what it is. So, but why then the question comes, why no everybody doesn't use it? Since SAP is a very expensive package and it comes with a lot of handling and maintenance. That's why people don't go for it every time, for every small things, right? So wherever it is mostly like whoever can afford it and plus whoever can have a maintenance, whoever is having that SAP system, they will definitely have their in-house consultants who only work, who only maintain their software. So it comes with a lot of maintenance. That's it. So it's not only like we have installed SAP, we have implemented all of the clients' things, every business thing is done on the SAP. It's not done your work. After they start doing using SAP for the business, most of the issues come there. So handling is very delicate when I say SAP. So, but perfection is the top notch. So that is why in today's we are moving towards most of the business in the SAP. Even if you see in even the small businesses are also trying to accommodate SAPs, which is to run their business smoothly. It's what the whole intention is. So this is what the SAP.
I
Okay.
want to
So,
ask one
huh,
question.
hmm.
There is Oracle also, but
Yes.
they
Ah,
also means Oracle moving. So
yeah. Actually, Oracle is a database management systems.
yeah,
So
yes,
even SAP deals with Oracle.
yeah,
There
okay,
is an integration between SAP and see when we say Oracle, it only stores the data. Okay,
okay,
so
yes,
it deals with the data. It is purely a database. But SAP is not only data for SAP also. What is the database that we are using today? It's HANA.
HANA, yeah,
Yes, today is the HANA DB. But along HANA DB is the database for SAP, but it is not only DB. Complete processes are we have in SAP. It's like application PhonePe we have. It is not only like we are storing some photos in that application, but also you are using some more things on that. It's like an Instagram or something. You always have to post, you post also, you delete also, you comment also, you share also. Those are things are their value addition, which you cannot do, of course, with DBMS or
yes,
Apple. You
okay,
can only play with data there. That's what.
yes,
Oracle is a DB, but sometimes in some cases, if no anyone is having Oracle as a DB, they still use the Oracle DB for SAP.
o-
So if anyone don't want to disturb their data, then that cases it is a very conventional integration that SAP has with Oracle.
yes.
Okay, so again, the next question I would ask is explain the architecture of SAP.
In the SAP, there are main three
Hmm,
architectures.
hmm,
That is presentation layer,
hmm.
uh, or application layer, and database.
Okay.
And architecture means in
Yeah, I don't.
presentation layer.
Yes, I don't want complete details, but you should
Uh,
know
okay.
architecture of SAP. So Ashish,
Yes, there are three layers:
hmm,
presentation, application, and database layer in SAP.
okay, hmm. What do you
In
mean by
data,
presentation layer?
which layer?
A presentation layer?
Presentation layer is basically a user interface like
Yes. Okay. Hmm. And application layer?
application layer.
So when I say presentations here, as you said, it's an user interface. So presentation layer is like your own desktop. Okay, let me just explain you that way in an easy way. So presentation layer is like your own PC or desktop you're working on. But if you go on the client basis, they all have their virtual desktops, right? So we call it as VPNs we use to connect to their virtual desktops. So when we connect to their desktop, that we don't have access all the time to their system. But whenever we are connected to their desktop, we'll have a separate layer where everybody can see all the files. That is called application layer. So that is a shared drive kind of a thing, which if you are accessing or writing anything on the shared drive, you can do it parallelly along with Sarvesh also. He'll also be able to see whatever you are doing. That is called application layer. But presentation layer, whatever your data, you are saving the files, whatever you are working, creating notepads and everything on your desktop is only visible to you, right? I cannot, from my system, I cannot access your system, right? That is not possible. But
Yes.
when it comes to application layer, it is a common point where everybody can access, read and write at any point of time. That is the basic difference. And when data in database, it is like a store where data exactly
So,
stores everything. That is what it is. Generally, most of the companies today, nobody gives their system access directly to you. They always tell us to connect to our desktop through our VPN, which is a more safer way. That's what it is. Okay, so this is about the architecture of SAP.
architecture.
right? So I also want to understand what are like in database, when we say we have a presentation layer. So where does our like GUI thing, SAP GUI we have, and where is our development works? Which layer our development is worked on? Where you exactly, which layer exactly you create your
Application layer.
Yes.
Application layer.
Understand.
So application
Yes.
layer is the where you all your developments, modifications, everything, reading, writing, deleting, everything happens, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what are all the like SAP, inside SAP, how many like systems we have? Or
Development,
hmm,
testing, quality,
hmm.
and
Can you explain me like each and everything?
in development, we do directly the code changes and all things.
Hmm.
And in the quality means we only check the means if the code is working or not. Or in the testing we do, I think so. In the testing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ashish, you want to try?
Yeah, development and testing. And
So basically, I think there will be a hierarchical level. There is a broader way. It's only three systems we have: development,
Okay.
quality, and production.
Okay. Yes.
So, but it's like most of the today's scenario, most of them are making a development and testing as a two different clients. But both are will be on the same system, but only the accessing makes that different. Like a parallel systems on the same server. Okay, so that is what it is. Development testing means they are the same systems. Quality is a different system. Production is your life system.
Yes.
So whatever you want, quality is generally called as an actual testing system where you have a fresh data of a production. Like so, when I say this fresh data of a production is available in quality all the time, what does that mean?
Fresh.
So whatever is happening, business is running, it is all happening on the production, right? So all the
And that
data that the user is entering is everything is in the production. We in any other system like development quality, हमें data नहीं रहता है. Either functionals create themselves by hand like ME22 पे data डाल के save करते हैं, which is also not an actual data, right? It's for only testing purpose. So even in quality also, it is not like we functional जाके data enter करते. It is never done that way. But what we do is in SAP, what is the thing is production का जो भी data रहता है, people they have a basis team have a this thing done every day. Whatever the data is saved on the production has to be copied to the quality every end of the day. So that is the job that they run every day. So you have a fresh data, fresh scenario. Suppose you could develop any object. So you might have some multiple scenarios that you want to test it for, right? So it's not necessary that all that scenario can be tested through in development or testing client where where functional and you are creating the data. When you test it with the actual data, actual scenario, only then you can confirm that your object is working fine. So in that cases, maybe you guys have heard about testers, like software test
yes.
kind of a thing. So in SAP or software testers, what they do, they test everything in quality only. The unit testing, what we call, that we do developers do. Unit testing is something which developers do once they develop their object. Whenever we like, just like we did last sessions, we developed some program, we executed, we cross-checked the data with AC69, if you guys can remember. That is called your
Yes.
unit
Yes.
testing. Like with the development data, your object is working fine. Okay, fine. You give these results to you have to document these results in a Word file, then share it with the testers. Then they will take ahead on this testing has to be actual testing is one we talk about. It has to happen in quality only. So quality is ideally called as a testing server. Okay, so but unit testing is different and quality testing is different. Understand? Unit testing is always developers too, whereas quality testing is your actual testing where you will confirm that on your object. Clear? These
Yes.
are the basic differences between your development server, quality system, and production systems. Okay, clear on this, Ashish and Sam?
Yes.
Okay, let's come back now inside SAP. We have came inside the SAP now. So as I always say, heart of SAP is data dictionary. What is the T code for data dictionary?
SE11.
Sorry.
SE11.
Okay. So my first question, you guys have created tables by now, right? So many tables you guys have created. What is data class? Inside table, we have data class.
Data class is in that master data application
Hmm.
and
Ashish?
Minus.
Okay. So data class, you guys don't know. Let me just quickly open the system and I'll show you what is data class. Let you guys have a default. Sharing my screen. I'll go to SE11. I'll go to table 20. Okay, this is your delivery class. Okay.
okay.
When data class is in your technical settings. See, APPL0 is your data class.
In
And
that also master data and
here it is a delivery class. So this is your delivery class. What is a delivery class? Whether you it's tell you that whether your table is having a master data or a customizing data.
yes.
What do you mean by master data and transaction data? When customizing as in transactional data. So as by now, I think you should have known about this basic difference. Customizing
Yes.
data is something you create through transactions. Like ME23 and say if I'm creating a PO, then PO detail, PO is your transactional data. But ME21N, I'll go. So in the ME21, you're creating a PO. Once you create a PO, that PO number which gets generated and all that data becomes your transaction data. But while creating ME21, you have to give this vendor name here. Now vendor is your master data, right? So master data is something which does not change often. But transactional data keeps on changing. Once I create a PO, I can change it, I can delete it, I can create new one, right? So this is a basic difference. Transactional data is something which gets created through a transaction. Master data is something which does not change oftenly. And master data, of course, is used to create the transactional data. Suppose यहाँ पे मैंने बोला vendor I want. Similarly, if you go to T code VA01, यहाँ पे if you guys remember, we have to give this order type. ये order type already system में present होना चाहिए. Then only you can use it here, right? I have used ZA09. How come it has come? From where it has come? So ये system में already रहेगा. So that becomes your master data. Okay. So when I click on this, I have to give the sold to party now. अगर यहाँ पे मैं okay करके इतना सारा data देख रही हूँ, all this is already there in the system. That is why I'm getting to put it here. तो मैं इसको select करके देती हूँ. So this data is already created, which is your master. You're just using it to create your transaction data. And material also is a master data. The vendor customer is a master data, right? So this is the basic difference between your master data and transactional data, which is your delivery class. And what is the data class? Data class gives the details about how much how much of the data can it hold. If it is a master data, then it should be a APPL0. The size category, whatever you define for data class, defines that the master data is used for APPL0 and master transactional data and transparent data is used for APPL1. Generally, it is all everything that Z comes is always a transaction or a master data. Is always a master data. Whatever Z is done, generally it is a master data because your data is not getting saved through any transaction in your Z table. Mostly, if we see, most of the time, if you are working with any module pools and everything, if you are saving data, that case it becomes some transactional data. Clear? So this is the basic and understand delivery class, data element, domains are the must questions in SAP ABAP. These you table में ही अटका के रखते हैं. All the interviews at least I have taken, I remember, like even it's like always we ask the first question on data dictionary only.
Okay.
So whenever any student is having a hold on data dictionary, we can see that okay, he knows things. Then we go for basic, at least basic data class, delivery class is a must. They will ask you this for sure. Okay.
Yes.
So once
And
this is done, as I said, next question is what is a data element and domain? I can take you around 1.5 to 2 hours only on tables. So many questions are there in table.
okay. In the domain, we specify the character length and
Okay.
so
Ashish, tell me about the data element. What is the data element? Ashish, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes.
Yeah. So what is the data element? Okay, I'm not going to explain on data element and domain because it's
data
so
element is a technical requirements in the table. Or, right?
no, technical requirement will be domains.
It's technical information in that.
No, actually, you are reversing it. So data element is only to give the name for that field. Name of the field description देते हैं ना, that is the only case it is data element is used.
Yes.
Whatever description you give in data element, that will be shown on the table. ऐसे जिस टाइम पे आप open करोगे, then heading, column heading क्या आता है, वो data element से आता है. Okay.
Description of
The
data.
name of the column field is your data element, and data type of the field is your domain. These are a very short answers. If you guys want to write it down, keep it to yourself. Like it's a quick reference. Okay, so if after data element and domain, so I would like to ask Ashish, what is a key field in a table?
Field means it's a main key that
What do you mean by key field and what is a key field? I remember you in the beginning of the class, you had a clarity on this key field. You had answered
Yeah.
what is the key field. But you should be able to
for
tell.
a
Yeah, go ahead.
data entry should not repeat in the key field. It's a unique field.
Yeah, that's what you should tell. Like key field is something, it's an unique to the table.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is the difference between key field and initial field? So if you see in SE11, There is key field ka checkbox in there. There is also an initial checkbox. What does that mean, Sarvesh? If you want to try.
Um, Initial, we can declare at first, or primary key and that.
Yeah, primary key itself is your key field.
Okay.
And what is initial? When I click that checkbox, initial, what does that mean? So that means, Ashish, want to try? Write it down,
Sure.
whatever the questions I'm asking. I want you guys to write it down. Don't just
Yes.
rely on the videos. It is tedious to go back, see the video, scroll to the timings and all. So for a quick handy thing, write it down all the questions that I'm asking. Okay. So and these are the
Yes.
very basic questions you will get in your interviews for sure. Almost 80% of the people ask this. Okay.
Can
So,
you
yeah.
repeat once questions I am noting
The
down?
first question that I asked was SAP. Yeah,
Yes.
that is what those are like common ones. Like
Yes.
those are not necessary to be asked, but technically this delivery class, data element, domains, key fields, initial.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes.
You want to try, Ashish? What is initial? Excuse. Okay, initial is something that when you check that initial box and a key field box, that shows that this field can have a blank value also. Understood?
Yes.
Yes.
E field तो है उसके अलावा it can also have because blank also is something unique only, right? अगर already कुछ data है and something you want to say with blank data, that is also unique, right? So that is
Yes.
what you're suggesting. If you check that initial, that means that particular field can have a blank value. Okay. So my next question would be, what is a foreign key relationship?
Foreign key is
Means
the
means in two tables, same key field is common.
Sorry.
In two tables, one field is common. That field is known as foreign key.
That everywhere you have. Most of the tables will have a common field. But what exactly the foreign key relationship is?
Mm, For example, in if there are two tables, one is of employee management system and employee ID.
Hmm?
Other one is of salaries.
Hmm?
In salaries, there is also employee ID, and this one employee management system, there is also employee ID. So employee ID is a foreign key
Hmm?
relationship. If we enter employee ID, then salary data is also reflected.
Sorry, come again, If you enter employee ID,
Means if you enter employee ID, na, you got to know salary also, as well as data also.
no, I think at table level I'm asking. So you're like data, we are not fetching any data, okay? So at table level, you assign a foreign key relationship. What exactly that makes? What help it does?
for the getting the data means from the common data from the two tables.
Okay. Huh.
Means
Common.
when we put the employee number
Mhm.
01, then we get the means that number is in the both two tables. So we get the means what we want exactly data from the two table. Example means when we put the name of the name or some employee number, then we get the data from the two tables like that.
Mhm.
In technical field, I'm not able to answer.
No, it's fine. So generally, I think you still have a confusion, both of you. Foreign key relationship, you are understanding the idea, but exactly how it is used, you guys looks like confused. So idea is to protect your table from entering any data, right? Foreign key relationship, we are building a relation
Primer.
between tables. Like we want to add some data to some table which is not at all present in the foreign master table, then it won't allow you when you have that foreign key relationship, right? So as you said, employee management team has all the employee IDs which is already there in one table, and you have created a Z table and you are entering some employee which is not there in your already employee table. Then it throws you an error, right? So that is
Yes.
the foreign key relationship.
Yes.
Any doubts here? Get it clarified. Ashish, you wanted to tell the same?
Yes.
Okay. Maybe you were not able to convey it, but of course if this might also be a problem, even if you know idea about the things, but if you are not able to explain, it makes no sense. It's all loss for you. Okay, so try to build yourself such a way that you have a quick and clean answers, not always required to explain everything in detail, but just a single thing, foreign key relationship. We are protecting the data getting saved in the table from the master data. So that it should go, if there is any key, a relationship already built, that particular table can have a data which is already there in the master data. It cannot have something new. That's it. This is a simple and clean answer. Clear, both of you?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so this was about foreign key relationship. I want to know, like, what are the steps we follow creating foreign key relationship?
Yep.
How do you assign a foreign key relationship in table? ACP may just steps we follow. You can just say like click this, click that, or
On that screen, we can see, or
you can just tell like that. Screen pe to it's already there available.
we take the mandate field and some other field employee.
Mandate you don't need service. There is a button called foreign key relationship in your table. So you have to click
Yeah,
on
that
it,
11.
and it will take you to some other screen. There you will assign the table and it's done. This is how you have to say. When we say steps, they will ask you steps also. ACP में ये screen open करो, ये T code open करो, that will also be asked in the interviews.
Okay.
Okay, that also you should be very sure. Now I just want to both of you now one complete cycle of creating a table. I want to ask. So both of you can do once, one by one. I say, at least go ahead. How do we create a table now from scratch? Steps inform karo sare.
Z table.
Yes, the table. How do you create a table?
We have to first go to AC11.
Hmm. And it should cover all your mandatory fields. जो भी pop-ups आते हैं, all that also you have to tell.
Then we have to enter table name.
Okay.
Table name should also always start with Z. We have to give a delay that display and maintenance allowed.
Yeah, go ahead, steps. Ashish.
We have to give also delivery class. And so we have to also give delivery class and then
Okay, then.
we can enter fields.
Okay, so you entered a field. What next?
Then we have to enter all the fields, give a key field, then describe data type, data data type for each field, how much data it should hold.
How do you describe a data type? All that steps you tell. Service you want to try? Start from the beginning.
Go to AC11, then create the table using the Z starting with
Hmm.
Z or Y. Then after is put the fields in and in that means firstly delivery class and uh, data means master data or application data,
Hmm.
application table,
Hmm.
and then uh, after means after creating the fields, if there is a Z starting with Z, then create the data element and domain, data element and domain. Then put the technical settings as and
So how do you create a data element domain? That also you should explain.
yeah. Mm. When there is a Z starting with the Z, then
Okay, where you create it? guys can open the screen of SE11 and tell at least. So simple way you should follow, like go to SE11, give us a table name, anything starting with Z, click on create, go inside, assign the delivery class and table maintenance
Yes.
allowed or with restrictions and everything. Then
Yes.
next go to the fields tab where you will have to assign the fields. Okay, so the fields wherever first field should be your mandate and next field is your key field. Assign the key fields. As after you give the key field name, you have to give the data element. Double click on the data element. Then you will have to give the description of that data element. Inside data element, you have a data type tab. So there you will have assign a domain name Z starting with Z. Double click on that Z domain name and assign the data type, whether it is a character type, numeric type, anything, decimal type. So activate all the objects, come back to the table screen. Then you can initialize with the key initial things, like what all the fields you have to give a key field to a table. At least one field is mandatory in table to give it as a key field. So once you give the key field to the table, go to technical setting, assign the data class and size category of the table.
Yes.
So once you do this, save your table. Now there is one more step to enhance the enhancement category. Go
Can be
to the
enhanced.
extras environment. There you will have enhancement category. Assign it to enhance to be character or numeric type, right? So once you click on that, save, activate table. This is what the steps you should follow. Clear?
Yes.
You should be like this explaining. So it's not necessary that you should be quick or taking time, but at least it should show that you have a clarity. It should show me, tell me, inform me like you have a clarity, but you're struggling to tell me. That is also fine. But be firm with whatever you are talking in the interviews. Have a confidence, then only it will come.
Means on the screen we can show them
No, you will
fastly,
not
but
have like that of
yes,
environmental
yes.
interviews.
Yes.
Right. So that is what even today's, if you go to many MNCs like the big giant companies, if we go Amazon, Google, Microsoft, they don't allow you to search any syntaxes also in the Google. Those are also things are banned in most of the companies. I cannot Google it to give me syntax of a print statement. No. Today people are doing like that.
Okay.
So that's why I say have it handy, everything. Understanding is also important, also remembering is also important, as I said. Okay, clear on data table, how do we create it? Data
Yes.
element, domain, delivery class, data class, enhancements, everything. Clear? Clear on table? Okay, so there is one more I want to key fields, foreign key relationship, everything is clear?
Can you explain once foreign key relationship? Yes, I understood.
Okay.
I'll note it down.
Yeah, foreign key relationship is, it is basically used to protect data going to that table, simply. We are restricting the user to enter any data to the table. Okay, so whenever we assign foreign key relationship to the master data, the data, whatever we are saving in that table has to be present in the master data. Simple. Okay. अगर मारा में डेटा है मेरे पास एंड मैंने जी टेबल बनाया जिसके अंदर मैटनर है, आई एम एंटरिंग माय नेम इन माय मैटनर, इट वोंट अलाउ. जो भी मारा में मैटनर से आई कैन यूज ओनली दैट टू एंटर इन माय टेबल. Simple.
Yes.
Is it understood now?
Yes.
So we are only protecting our data. It is called data privacy. Okay, so we want to make our table more robust. That is the whole idea. Clear, Ashish? So there is one more question on tables, like how do we give data to the table? Saresh,
How do you give
how do
data?
you put data in your table?
means by using the
Yeah, you can tell every possible ways, however you want. Just tell.
global structure. Uh,
Putting data in your table, like you
table,
have something called utility contents में जाके table and data
yeah,
use करते हो,
extras.
no utility. That is a different, but
Utility.
that is not always the case. But if you want to put some data to the table directly, it is not the way that we discussed. If you remember that class, we also talked about table maintenance generator. Please learn on this table maintenance generator. Go back to our video, this recordings if you guys want. Otherwise, you can Google and learn it. Or you can, table maintenance generator is something which is used to put data in your table. TMG, we call it.
Yes.
We have discussed when we were talking about tables. Refresh yourself. Table maintenance generator is a must topic. This is also a very important topic. Table maintenance, what do you mean by table maintenance generator? So it is generally used to put data to the table. So since user को हम लोग AC11 का access नहीं देते, we create a table maintenance generator. उनको फिर they can do it using T code SM30. SM30 से they can put the table in SM30, execute it, and there they can put the data to the table. So this is a manual work, and there is one more option that your table gets data through programs, right? Program के through भी data table में आता है. So these are the many methods that we follow putting data, because table create कर रहे हो तो it of course should have data to store data, right? So what are all the possible ways that it gets data? Either through TMG, either through programs, right? Clear? So these are all the possible things that comes in a SE11. Any doubts in this? So tomorrow we'll talk about SE38. It's totally
Yes.
complete. It's like a hardcore programming. So learn it, understand it. Okay.
Yes.
I might ask you to write the syntaxes also. Please learn the syntaxes as well. Okay. Any doubts in the data dictionary? Tables only. Rest of the things we'll still take. Clear, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I think we can close call for today. We'll continue tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Fine. Please read out. I'm not expected. It was not expected answers that you guys gave, but still try out. Okay.
Yes.
Be firm on whatever you are explaining. Okay. Thank you for joining. Let me just
Thank
start.
you.